What I want to show you today is going to make a lot of you angry, but it needs to be seen. I'm gonna go way back, about a year and a half ago, when I woke up on the morning of October 7th. I was actually not in Israel when it happened, but I remember checking a lot of social media, of course, and I was seeing, and all of you, many of you might remember, seeing the videos and the footage of the kidnapping of the Bibas family, Shiri, the mother, and the two children. Unfortunately, the mother, Shiri Bibas, and the children have been killed, murdered by Hamas. And I still want to show you some crazy things that came out of the Islamist propagandist pages about the kidnapping of these people. Because it really is a fight for existence, I believe, and it's best that people see this and know this. May their memories be a blessing, and let's see what went on social pages on October 7th. Now, something that really struck me back then is that all the jihadi propagandist channels and pages, they portrayed the kidnapping in a completely different light. And I thought to myself, back then, I thought, whoa, I really should save these posts because these are so depraved. I'm going to show you in a second exactly what I mean, but they were so depraved that I thought to myself, well, I have to save them so that when the Bibas family come out in whatever condition they may be, of course, now we know that they've been killed. I thought back then, I have to save this so that I can show people what these people said about the Bibas family when they were kidnapped. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what they have said and how crazy it is. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so interestingly, what I see, first of all, is that many of the posts that I've saved for myself have been deleted. Now, I've made the mistake of not copying them and saving them, but there are still a couple of posts that are still up, but many of them were deleted, I guess, for good reason. I mean, as far as the Islamic propagandists are concerned, they are good reasons. So here's the background here. On October 7th, when the footage of the Bibas family being kidnapped has begun to surface, what I've concluded, and I think this is true, is that the people who kidnapped them and videoed the kidnapping, they were trying to, you know, most of us in the West see it as this barbaric act, but the people who shot the video were actually doing it because they thought it's going to be good PR for them. Now, you might be surprised, but it's true, probably. Why? Why did they think it's good PR for them? It's because what they filmed was the terrorists going up to Shiri, the mother, and essentially telling her, don't worry, we gotcha, you're a woman and a mother and you have children, we will protect you. Okay? This is what they tell her. And they videoed it, okay, and spread it to show everyone how humane they were, right? It's I guess they were protecting her by kidnapping her, okay? But the idea of the propaganda was to show that they are protecting her, okay? Note the translation on the screen before you, okay? It says, humanity is with us, not with them. That's actually what they're saying. No one can touch you. Let them know that humanity is with us. Don't worry, cover it up, right? They're covering her in a blanket. She has a baby, she has children. Yeah, so they show how they're protecting her, of course, by kidnapping her, right? I'll just translate the post in Arabic here. See how Palestinians treat Zionist women and children. The Palestinians send Israeli women and children to safe zones and tell them, humanity is with us, not with them. Get dressed. You have children. Don't worry, no one will touch you. So this is a post from October 7th. Here's another. It's a repost of, again, from October 7th that says, Palestinians send Israeli women and child to safety. Humanity is with us, not with them. Cover up. She has a baby. Don't worry. No one will touch you. And again, this author adds, in contrast to the inhumanity of the Zionist settlers, Palestinians send Israeli woman and child to safety. Humanity is with us, not with them. Right? Again, do you think that you've seen enough insanity today? Yes? Well, there's more. Check this one out. Again, this is from October 7th. The most heartwarming clip you'll see today. Regardless of the war between the divide, Palestinians send Israeli woman and child to safety. Humanity is with us. Cover up. She has a baby. Don't worry. No one will touch you. This is what Islam teaches. The irony of that. Here's more. Palestinian. Again, October 7th. No one will harm her, cover her. She has children. We are people with humanity. The difference. And now we have two videos that are supposed to be in contrast to one another. One is of the Bibas family being kidnapped, right? This is supposed to show the Palestinians in a good light, I remind you. And the other one is of a Israeli border police patrol pushing like a Palestinian lady. And it's supposed to show like how evil the Zionist pigs are. Again, his Syrian girl, one of the prominent jihadi propagandists, right? Those are Israeli soldiers patrolling. Palestinians are not slaughtering women and children. They are giving them safe passage, right? Again, showing the video. And there are many such posts. Many of them have been deleted since then. So now they find themselves in the somewhat awkward position, right? Of, well, they're dead. They've been killed. And now Hamas and the Islamist apologists find themselves in the awkward position because now, well, it's been theorized for a long time, but now everybody knows that the Bibas family have been killed. So what do? Because they prided themselves as being the saviors of humanity, in a sense, that they protected them. They took them in to protect them, or maybe, as many have said, they have sent them to safety, right? So does sending them to safety means letting them go into Israel? No, sending them to safety is, of course, kidnapping them into Gaza. But so now we as the good Islamists, we're faced with this awkward reality. So what do we do? Well, there's one really good option for us. What we can do is blame the Israelis. We can say that the Israelis have been so evil and ruthless that they have actually been the ones who killed the Bibas family, right? Because they've been so relentless in their genocidal bombardment of Gaza that, well, they just killed, they kill everyone, so might as well kill the Bibas family, right? But it's not the only tactic that you can use. You can also say, well, actually, Shiri Bibas, the mother, was an Israeli agent, and so she deserved it or something. And plus, you can also say, well, it wasn't really Hamas, it was another body. So there are a whole lot of different stories that you can tell, right? There's story number one, she deserved it. Story number two, it was Israel. Story number three, it wasn't us. Or you can tell all three stories together, you know, who's bothered by that? I mean, look at this post by Suppressed News, another propaganda channel. So breaking, right? It's breaking news. The Bibas family were not taken hostage by Hamas, but by the Mujahideen brigade. Guys, it's not Hamas. Come on, it wasn't us. Okay? Their spokesperson has officially confirmed this on their Telegram channel, stating that the family was killed by an Israeli airstrike along with their captors. So not only was it not our fault, because it wasn't us, but it was also still the Israelis' fault. Okay? So not only did we not kidnap her, but we also did not kill her. But also the same page, here's another take, right? A field commander in the Mujahideen Brigade, which is the organization that we've just mentioned, the captive Shiri Bibas worked in the office of the Southern Command Leader in the Gaza Division. That's like an army division. And previously served in the Israeli unit 8200. That's an Israeli intelligence unit. When she was captured, we sent her children with her out of compassion for them. The Israeli occupation killed her along with her children after bombing them along with their captors. So again, let's get this straight. It wasn't Hamas. It's not Hamas's fault. It's not us. But she deserved it because she was an intelligence person and she worked with the army, right? By the way, what is this related to? How is this related to anything? And is this even true? I don't know. But what's this? What's this got to do with anything? Now, I'll tell you that I'm shooting this video before the bodies are released, okay? But there have been, you probably, if you're in the future, you know better than me by now, but there have been some photos surfacing of the, well, you know, they like to have these ceremonies when they give the bodies. So they really, you know, this whole kidnapping a family and killing them in captivity, who knows what terrible things have happened. But it's really a bad PR for Hamas. So they need to change the narrative. And what better way than a blood libel showing Benjamin Netanyahu as a vampire who feasts on the blood of children, who usually they're Palestinian children, but now in this image, they're the Israeli hostages, right? So he in his insane bloodlust, he killed the Israelis. And on the bottom there, it says, "We never forgave nor forgot. Al-Aqsa flood was our promise." This is kind of a code name. I mean, for us, it's not meant to say a lot, but for the Palestinians themselves, when it says our promise, it means what's referred to as the promise of the hereafter, like the promise from Allah. And within the Palestinian factions, it's a code name for the destruction of Israel. The promise of the hereafter is the complete and utter so-called liberation of Palestine. Okay, so this is what this means when it's out there. This is the code, and that's what I have for you today. Maybe it doesn't show, but I'm very angry recording this. I guess maybe I'm not a very emotional guy, but this made me very angry, and I did want to share this with you because I think it's important to show the depravity of it all and how insane it is. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. And bye, I'll see you next time.